Hi, and welcome to the February edition of Feeding Our Faith. And since we're right here getting close to Mardi Gras season, Ash Wednesday and all that, we are going to make a pecan pie. Now, the pecan pie we're going to make is a recipe that I got when I was actually visiting New Orleans many years ago, which is going to involve some ingredients that are a little bit different than sometimes I remember growing up using for pecan pie. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to melt some butter here in the pan. We'll get that going here. And as the butter gets melted and heats up, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the salt, the flour, and the cornstarch. So we're going to need 1 table of cornstarch, and we have actually the flour and the salt already measured here. So we're going to head over here to the pan, and we want to mix in the butter, we want to mix all 3 of those ingredients of the salt, the flour, and the cornstarch. There we go, good, looking good. We want to get that well incorporated in, so it's going to kind of thicken up a little bit, but we want to make sure we get all of it in there. You can see sometimes some little clumps there, so we want to make sure it's well mixed. As that kind of mixes, you'll notice that it's become kind of a thick paste. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some Steen's cane syrup. And the cane syrup is actually a little bit different than the Caro syrup, which a lot of people will use for pecan pies. This actually adds a really nice flavor to the pecan pie. And Tiffany, would you mind giving that a stir over there? Thank you. So we're going to add the sugar and the Steen's cane syrup. There we go. Go ahead and add in the sugar. Tiffany will make sure that's incorporated very well. Just a little touch more. Now, we want to bring this mixture so that it's very hot, almost bubbling and boiling. And then once we've got it to that point, we're going to take it off of the heat and let it cool down for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, now we brought it to a boil, and so this is about how it should start to look. You notice it's nice and thick, has that good brown color from the cane syrup, and we're going to need to let this cool for 10 to 15 minutes. Now, while it's cooling, we're going to go ahead and get the other ingredients going, and those would be we're going to take 2 eggs, and we need to beat those eggs and get them well beaten. And we will add a teaspoon of the vanilla extract. So we've allowed the mixture to cool, and you'll notice that it's very, very thick, but it is still pretty warm. Now we're going to add the eggs which we beat with the vanilla, and we're going to add those gradually. So Tiffany, if you'd mind kind of adding them in there very, very slowly, because we don't want to cook the eggs and scramble them. So, oops, a little bit slower. There you go. That's all right. That's all right. We got this. We got this. There we go. Looking good. It usually helps to have either 3 hands or to have somebody to help you make this. Perfect. Thank you, ma'am. And we will put in the pecans. Now, we'll stir the pecans in and just go ahead and dump them in if you want. And we want to get them all nice and coated, well coated. Now, once we have these coated, we have an uncooked pie shell that we're going to go ahead and put those in. And I've already started the oven to heat. And the oven is set at 450 degrees. And so we're going to take this mixture and pour it into the pie shell. Make sure we get all of it in there. There we go. Put this in our 450 degree oven. So after we had it on 450, we kept it on 450 for 10 minutes, and then we reduced the heat down in the oven to 350. And we then baked it for the next 30 minutes or until the pie set. Now, we finished baking that. I'll tell you what, Kristen, I got the glove hand, so if you wouldn't mind opening it for me. There we go. Thank you, ma'am. And then we take it out, and the pie should look a little something like this. You can usually let it set for just a little bit before serving. Or you can serve it, fairly warm. I always like to serve it a little bit warm. So, the pie's out of the oven. We let it cool a little while and cut ourselves a couple of pieces. But for this coming month's topic, we're going to be talking a little bit about Lent and things that we can do to prepare ourselves for Lent and what it's about. And Kristen and Tiffany, I wonder if y'all could tell me what do y'all do in particular to prepare yourselves for Lent?
Eat a lot on Mardi Gras.
Okay.
I kind of always like to think about what I'm going to do for the upcoming Lent season, whether it's giving something up or adding something in to kind of prepare me to be ready, to kind of look at what I'm planning on doing.
Okay. Good deal. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about what we can do to make our Lent, have a little more meaning to it, and we'll be doing that this next Sunday. So I hope that you will join us for Feeding Our Faith, and we're going to go ahead and start trying the pecan pie. All right.